have heard the term balkanization, but what does that mean? And why is it so important? Well, very quickly, it comes from the breakup of Yugoslavia, where they broke up into a bunch of different countries. So balkanization of the US is separation of the states on a high or low scale. And you might ask, why does this have anything to do with what we're talking about now? I thought there was federal overreach. Well, Trump's USDA just suspended $120 million in federal funding to Minnesota in a clear retaliatory move against Governor Tim Walz. And this is perfectly expected considering fascists are going to fascism. But what this means is that we need to stop pretending like there was a cooperative relationship between the federal government where states can sway what the federal government does, but an antagonistic one. And if you are going to take seriously any of your constituents as a governor, as a representative, you need to start speaking in this language. I don't think you're actually going to be that effective. But if you're going to at least pretend to be effective in instrumentalizing the empire's structures, i.e. the states, to protect its citizens, if you're going to at least pretend to give a fuck, you need to start talking about these not as one in the same institutions, whereas a state you work within the federal government, but as an antagonistic one. How can California fight back against the fascist regime in DC? How can New York fight back against the fascist regime in DC? Not just when they come to New York, but organized. Because states, like it or not, have access to things that us as activists never will. They can organize healthcare. They have violence workers. They have institutional legitimacy as long as those institutions last, and they got a shit ton of money. And so if we can't win over the federal government, which we won't, and we very likely won't have free and fair elections in the next 5 years, Republicans are already moving like there won't be. We must turn our aims towards separating the states away from the horrific federal government. I don't think we need to actually push it that much. I think it's going to happen anyway because Trump is pushing them away. We need to start acting as if they already are. And this is more of a framework than a call to action. Consider how your state could separate. Consider which states you want to work with. And start building those relationships organizationally, communitarianly, and effectively. Because if they cut these grants, people will starve, people will go broke. And it is not time to go beg the federal government for more money. It is time to take what we have and see how we can stop giving the federal government so much goddamn control.